Hello once again, wrestling fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of RCW Late Nite Wrestling right here on KAIT TV-8 Jonesboro. Brian Thompson ringside here with you for what should be an exciting one-on-one contest. As you see, referee there checking. Primetime Kevin Charles making his RCW debut, and Primetime is going to ask for a handshake from All That Alan Steele, who we have seen before. And All That is not wanting to be the sportsman, just wants to come in here, wrestle, and pick up a victory. All That is 1-0 in his RCW career. Both men tie up, and now All That Alan Steele is in control with a side headlock. All That Alan Steele goes a long way back. Many fans in the area will remember him as part of Power Pro Wrestling that promoted wrestling events throughout Northeast Arkansas. It was based out of Memphis, but many fans will remember some of the hot shows they had in the Jonesboro area. And Alan Steele is going to always give it his all and give a little bit of showmanship to the camera. Lots of action this week on Ringside Championship Wrestling. We want to thank the great fans who showed up in Augusta, Arkansas at the Augusta National Guard Armory last Saturday night. All kinds of fun action there, and you're actually seeing some of it right now between Primetime Kevin Charles in the blue tights, his opponent All That Alan Steele in the black and pink, and now Kevin Charles with the advantage. All That's going to try to find a way out of this, and Alan Steele was able to do so. Floats over and takes a front face lock. All That Alan Steele well put together. Now doesn't miss too many sessions in the gym. He tried there momentarily to get the pinfall, but to no avail. Kevin Charles, a rookie, but knew that as soon as his shoulders hit the mat, he had to do everything he can to get out of it because he's in there with a veteran, the likes of All That Alan Steele. Kevin Charles comes to you from the Nightmare Ken Wayne School of Professional Wrestling in West Memphis. Of course, I don't think you have to say much about his trainer, Nightmare Ken Wayne, one of the all-time greats that many of you will remember from his days as part of the Nightmare Tag Team. And he is producing some of the best young wrestlers in the sport today. All That Alan Steele there just a second ago was able to floor Kevin Charles with a shoulder tackle. Oh, look here, Kevin Charles now, he's trying a sunset flip. Referee Bill Rush was right there, but it wasn't enough. And now, deep arm dragon twist by Kevin Charles, and he has locked on an armbar. He's going to try to cinch in and go to work on maybe the left arm. That might be a strategy here. You know, Kevin Charles, I think, still goes down the Nightmare Ken Wayne School of Wrestling, works with some of the new trainees and tries to have training sessions, strategy sessions. He tells Ken Wayne, hey, I've got an opposition coming up this weekend. They tell me I'm wrestling Alan Steele. I need to be ready. Goes in there and does some strategy sessions with Ken Wayne. They watch tapes. They prepare themselves, and if you are looking to get into the world of professional wrestling, there is nowhere else I would recommend but the Nightmare Ken Wayne School of Professional Wrestling. Their phone number is 901-831-4398. Excuse me, 901-831-4198. My producer just handed me a note here saying I must have messed up a digit there. Two men tied up there for a second. Alan Steele able to get the advantage here. All That Alan Steele, very impressive in his first match. He actually beat Dan Matthews back at Augusta in the month of March. And now he's looking to do the same thing to Kevin Charles, who is the frequent partner of Dan Matthews. And Kevin Charles, give him some credit, able to hang on there as he was momentarily body slammed, but Charles hung on to the left arm of All That. Kevin Charles with a shoulder tackle there a second ago. Oh, what's this going to be? He's going to, Kevin Charles trying for a pinning combination. He's thinking of everything. I think he's actually surprising Alan Steele here. As the fans react, they're starting to get behind this young man. Nice young man. You will not meet too many youngsters out there any nicer than Kevin Charles. Speaking of Ringside Championship Wrestling, I want you to join us as we make our next tour stop. It's going to be Saturday night, May 15th in Forest City. We're going to be at the St. Francis County Boys and Girls Club. Alan Steele, that was very wise of him and impressive, able to caused Kevin Charles to go face first in the middle turnbuckle. And now more punishment from all that. We're going to be in Forest City Saturday night, May the 15th, 7 p.m. bell time. It will be at the St. Francis County Boys and Girls Club. Now this is the former Forest Hills Elementary. The St. Francis Boys and Girls Club now housed there, and we're going to be inside the gymnasium. Should be a lot of fun and exciting action in Forest City. Already signed main event's going to be Forest City's own member of the Pride of Brotherhood, Ron Rage. He is signed to go one-on-one with former National Wrestling Alliance and WCW superstar Beautiful Bobby Eaton. You know, we've mostly seen Bobby in tag team action. He's going to go back into singles competition, apparently at least one night only, to take on Ron Rage. And I imagine that the entire crowd will be solidly behind the member of the POB, as he is originally from the Forest City area. Also signed for that big card, VH1 reality superstar Matt Riviera. He goes one-on-one with Dynamite Seth Knight. And keep watching RCWWrestling.com and watching RCW Late Nite Wrestling right here on KAIT on YouTube, on RCWWrestling.com, or at WrestlingRiotOnline.com for more details. Next week on the big show coming up in Forest City, we'll have some more last-second details, because as a matter of fact, next Saturday night is the last Saturday night before that show. As we mentioned, those two big matches already signed, and we'll have a couple of more matches announced next week for Forest City Saturday night, May 15th, 7 p.m. bell time. And now Alan Steele thinks he has this matchup well at hand in there against Kevin Charles. 2 count only, saying referee Bill Rush right there. Also, we're going to be coming back to Augusta. It's going to be an afternoon affair as part of Augusta Days. That will be Saturday night, May 29th. The Augusta Days Fair each and every year is a fun time, and I found out, fans, that this one's going to be completely free. It's free admission to the fair, free ringside championship wrestling. Already signed for that one, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, Golden Boy Greg Anthony, and Midnight Gold. POB member Ron Rage, and a couple of more great RCW superstars will be in the house. We'll have a couple of matches, 2 or 3 matches for all the fans there to enjoy. About an hour and a half live event. Of course, your chance to meet some of those superstars you've seen in Augusta the last couple of months. That's a part of Augusta Days. That's going to be a 2 p.m. event. We are also working on some other events that we'll be hopefully announcing next week. It's going to be a busy time in Ringside Championship Wrestling as Alan Steele continues to punish Kevin Charles. But give credit to young man Kevin Charles, prime time they call him. He continues to fight the good fight. Will not go down here against all that. Fans in Wynn, Arkansas, get ready. We're going to be coming to my work town, and actually I guess you could call it one of my hometown, because I live just up the road from Wynn. As Alan Steele suplex there on, kind of a side suplex onto Kevin Charles. Wynn, Arkansas, we're going to be there as part of Farm Fest 2010. Many of your favorite RCW superstars will be on that particular event. We'll have more details on that in the coming weeks. That's Saturday, June 12th at Wynn Farm Fest. Also, we're working with our good friend Jamie J and Pro Wrestling Alliance Entertainment. There will be a special PWA feature match on that show featuring Wynn's own Jamie J, or at least an appearance. I don't know necessarily a match, but we're talking about an appearance by PWA's own Jamie J. They run live events every Friday night in Vandale, Arkansas at the Barn. It's called just the Barn, a former haunted house on Highway 1 North. And we're going to have Jamie J in the house at Farm Fest, a part of Ringside Championship Wrestling. As you saw there just a second ago, Alan Steele with a thrust to the throat of young Kevin Charles. And Alan Steele has started to kind of dominate here now. He has control over Kevin Charles, and Kevin is going to have to come back, do something here if he hopes to stay alive in there with a veteran like all that. Oh, look at that! Catching all that Alan Steele with kind of an RKO, diamond cutter-like maneuver, and that could be the opportunity that Kevin Charles needs to get to his feet and come back here. Still to come tonight on RCW Late Night, you will see Jon Michael Worthington one-on-one action. He faces Justin the Juice Smart as he prepares to go in to the finals of the RCW Heavyweight Championship Tournament, and that tournament final is coming up real quick. We'll have more details on that in the coming weeks. And a drop kick there just a second ago from Kevin Charles. He's firing back up. The fans are starting to rally behind him. Kevin Charles catches his man with a clothesline, and he is ready to go, rocking and rolling here against all that Alan Steele. The fans, you can hear them. They're having a good time getting behind Kevin Charles. Even, I think I see Miss Rhodes from Rhodes and Son Funeral Home. Yeah, she is cheering on and having a great time down there. Kevin Charles thinking of something high risk right here. Catches him with the cross body. Referee going to be down for the count. But Alan Steele still able to get out of it right there. Alan kind of begging off, but no mercy from Kevin Charles. Irish whip was reversed by all that. And Kevin was thinking smartly, but he made a mistake here. And this wrestling fans can be very, very deadly if Alan Steele is able to hook it in just right. He's got his man cinched up. Let's see what happens here. And that, my friends, is all she wrote in this particular contest. A victory for all that. Alan Steele here on Ringside Championship Wrestling Late Night. Tell you what, fans, I'm going to take a break here, take the headset off. I'm going to head to ringside and try to catch up with all that Alan Steele. Let's see what he has to say about being 2-0 here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. I'm going to head that way. I'll be right back. Forest City, Arkansas, get ready for a night of action featuring the superstars of Ringside Championship Wrestling Saturday, May 15th at the St. Francis County Boys and Girls Club, 7 p.m. bell time to see Forest City's own POB member Ron Range, beautiful Bobby Eaton, Golden Boy, and many more. Tickets are just $10 adults, $8 for students, and special Boys and Girls Club rate of $6. It's RCW Wrestling is coming live to Forest City, Saturday, May 15th. Be there!
When the powers that be rang my phone line and said, Alan Steele, we've got this great opportunity for you over here in Arkansas. Alan Steele, we've got this really good competition at Ringside Championship Wrestling. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. You call me either Mr. Steele or all that. Secondly, I decided to come to Ringside Championship Wrestling because I tuned in on the little tube and I watched the little talent and the little athletes that you got. And you know what? I didn't receive my written invitation to the Heavyweight Championship Tournament. That's fine with me. That's secondary because you see, when I was watching that debut show, when I was watching Ringside Championship Wrestling Late Night, I saw an old friend and better foe of my own. But you see, as soon as I pulled in the parking lot, I asked where he was at. And no names are necessary. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about watching on TV, you coward. Ever since I pulled in the parking lot, he ran out the back door. But you know what? I'm faster, I'm bigger, and I'm better. So he can run, but you can't hide. So, you know who you are. You know who I am. I'm coming for you, punk. You better watch your back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Listen, I don't think anybody has ever well, all you gotta do is look at the history books. All you gotta do is look in the epic battles, the epic feuds in Southern wrestling, and you'll see my name versus his name. I tell you what, leave a big question mark there. You know what I'm talking about. So if you want to spoil the surprise and tell all these people and tell everybody watching at home, go ahead. Go ahead, let it loose. But I tell you what, you better be on the phone. And I don't care if you got to give him part of my money to get him here. You better come up with the cash. Because the first time I see him in here will be the last time you ever see him. Words of wisdom from all that I feel. He has somebody on his mind. And folks, I'm not going to lie, I don't know who he's talking about. We'll be back to RCW Late Night in just a moment. You ain't got to worry about it. Hey, you're going to come in and I'll keep knocking them down. That's all you got to worry about. Fair enough. They don't call me all back for nothing, Brian.
Forest City, Arkansas, get ready for a night of action featuring the Superstars of Ringside Championship Wrestling Saturday, May 15th at the St. Francis County Boys and Girls Club, 7 p.m. bell time to see Forest City's own POB member Ron Rage, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, Golden Boy, and many more. Tickets are just $10 adults, $8 for students, and special Boys and Girls Club rate of $6. It's RCW Wrestling is coming live to Forest City, Saturday, May 15th. Be there! Here we go, wrestling fans, and more Ringside Championship Wrestling Late Night right here on KAIT TV-8 Jonesboro. Brian Thompson here at ringside with you again for another exciting matchup. This time we're going to see Jon Michael Worthington go one-on-one with Justin the Juice Smart. As you see Worthington taking off all of his different jewelry and whatnot that he wears to the ring. This is going to be a good test for Jon Michael Worthington. He is one of the top contenders for the RCW Heavyweight Championship. Jon Michael in Truman a few weeks ago was victorious in the semifinals of the RCW Championship Tournament, defeated POB member Ron Rage. Of course, we remember how Ron Rage was savagely attacked by reality television superstar Matt Riviera prior to that show. Kind of softened Ron Rage up and gave Jon Michael a little bit of an edge in that contest. But be that as it may, Jon Michael victorious. He's going to contend for the RCW Heavyweight Championship. That tournament final coming up shortly. It'll be against actually a man who's a former partner of his, Girl Candy Christian Jacobs. But he can't be too focused on that right now because the task at hand is to defeat Justin the Juice Smart, who wrestles out of Sykeston, Missouri. Great young man, has a bright future ahead of him, just 22, 23 years old, and he was disrespected by Jon Michael Worthington in the corner. A clean break, but a little bit of, like I said, disrespect. Jon Michael's got about a 35-pound weight advantage here in this particular matchup, and you know he's going to use it. But the quickness, the skill of the Juice, the youth, the fire behind him as you see the Juice is going to try to get the fans behind him. That may be a difference maker should the Juice be able to I guess you would call it an upset over Jon Michael Worthington, one of the top two contenders for the RCW Championship. Both men thinking the same thing as far as arms are concerned. That's one of the body part you want to work on and try to take out on your opponent. Jon Michael Worthington, of course, in the tournament was the victorious first round against Cody Melton and went on and defeated Ron Rage in the semifinals. On the opposite end, it was Girl Candy Christian Jacobs picking up a victory over Dynamite Seth Knight in the first round. In the semifinals, he defeated Bishop. Juice able to hang on to this side headlock, despite attempts even there just a second ago by Jon Michael to kind of turn him over, get a pinning combination there. The Juice is going to wrench in and try to squeeze hard and turn the neck of Jon Michael Worthington, the man who, like I mentioned, has approximately that 30-pound weight advantage and the height advantage here. The Juice is going to have to wear the man down, kind of chop him down, bring him down to his size. Both men collided there And the Juice goes right back to work on his opponent with a side headlock. Speaking of the RCW Heavyweight Championship, we will have next week right here on RCW Late Nite Wrestling, we will have a contract signing for that upcoming Heavyweight Championship match. We're going to sit down at the table. We're going to get Jon Michael Worthington there. We're going to get Girl Candy Christian Jacobs there. And we are going to sign that piece of paper, that all-important contract that will make it official that those two will meet down the road for the RCW Heavyweight Championship. And one of those two men will walk out as your first champion here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. Jon Michael now overpowering the Juice. Has bad things in mind coming up here. Jon Michael is going to go right back to work on the left arm and wrench it. To give credit to the Juice, he's not going to give up. As Justin Smart able to reverse the hold, and he's back in control. As I mentioned, that contract signing next week with the Girl Candy, Christian Jacobs himself will be in one-on-one action. He has a tough task ahead of him, a man he signed to face. Open contract was available, and Max Corbin signed it. And many of you were probably saying, well, who is Max Corbin? Never seen him. You're going to see him next week here on RCW Late Nite Wrestling. As Jon Michael delivered a neck breaker. You're going to see Max Corbin, a big man, 275 pounds. I'll tell you what, that is going to be a heck of a challenge as Girl Candy Christian Jacobs prepares for that championship matchup coming up down the road. There is no easy victory here in Ringside Championship Wrestling because we bring you the best of the best in professional wrestling. I guess I'm kind of stealing a line there, so to speak, from the Golden Boy Greg Anthony, but be that as it may, the top caliber competition in wrestling today is right here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. Jon Michael now kind of disrespecting his opponents. Some of the fans at ringside, you can hear them showing their disapproval here in Augusta, Arkansas at the National Guard Armory. Again, thank you to all the great fans. Thank you to Mayor Jimmy Rhodes. He helped us out a lot. Much of the publicity was handled by our good friend Mayor Jimmy Rhodes there in Augusta, and without his help, it wouldn't have been near the success it was. We look forward to returning to Augusta on Saturday, May 29th. It's Memorial Day weekend. Oh, man. Justin Smart went face first in that top turnbuckle. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's the annual Augusta Days Festival. Ringside Championship Wrestling proud to be a part of it this year. We're going to be there approximately around 2 o'clock. We'll have several matches featuring a handful of the top stars here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. They're going to be there to entertain you fans. Referee Bill Rush right there counting. It was a 2 count only as Jon Michael tried to secure the victory here against the Juice. He knows he's headed to that championship tournament final. He knows, that he must pull out all the stops, and he rammed the Juice head first into his own knee. Nasty. Now there is a backstory as it involves Jon Michael Worthington and his soon-to-be opponent, Girl Candy Christian Jacobs. For those of you who have followed this area of professional wrestling for probably the past 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you know that during that decade, probably the most popular tag team to come along has been a team known as Picture Perfect. Now, Picture Perfect has been made up of different members throughout its history. At first, it was simply Jon Michael and his tag team partner, Christian Jacobs. Later on, Chris O'Neal was added to the mix, and oftentimes you would see any different combinations, as many as you could come up with by those two men. Sometimes it was Girl Candy and Chris O'Neal, and other times it was O'Neal and Jon Michael, and back to Jon Michael and Jacobs. So there is a history with Jacobs and Jon Michael that goes way past their days in Ringside Championship Wrestling, and the Juice connected just a second ago with the dropkick, tries for a pinning combination to no avail. And I think he may have just simply angered Jon Michael Worthington, who caught him right in the face with that big boot. That's that same kind of big boot that he used to defeat Ron Rage in the semifinals of the championship tournament. Of course, had a little help courtesy of a distraction by VH1's reality superstar Matt Riviera. Speaking of Matt Riviera, he's going to be on our next big event, which is just a couple of weeks away, Saturday night, May the 15th, coming to Forest City, Arkansas. at the St. Francis County Boys and Girls Club. Longtime St. Francis County and Forest City residents will remember that as the old Forest Hills Elementary School is no longer active, but the Boys and Girls Club of St. Francis County has went in and purchased that, as we're going to see the Juice. The Juice almost outsmarted Worthington, and man, what an upset that would have been. And hey, you know, the Juice is here. It's not a tournament match, but it's an opportunity. Should Jon Michael go on to be RCW champion, the Juice would be able to put himself in line for that championship as far as getting a shot at it and getting the chance to be a top contender. So that's what he's got to be thinking about right now. This is the second time for the Juice to compete here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. He's not having a good time right now. He's having his lights dimmed, so to speak, by Worthington and those nasty headbutts. The Juice, his first match in Ringside Championship Wrestling back in late March when he faced Dynamite Seth Knight. Of course, at the time, Seth Knight really wasn't playing by the rules. He has since decided that, you know, his fans have spoken. They said, come on, Seth, we want a better attitude out of you. And due to that fact, Seth Knight is now playing by the rules, although he suffered the consequences of taking the advice of former WWE and ECW superstar Rodney Mag. But be that as it may, Seth Knight is on the, I guess, the good side of things now in Ringside Championship Wrestling. We'll see if it translates to victories. I want to remind you to visit WrestlingRiotOnline.com or the short address RROnews.com. Up and running by my good friend, longtime friend, Brian Trammell. Of course, you can get Yearbook 2009, which covers the entire year of 2009 as it was in professional wrestling in the Mid-South. Some good friends, some roster members of Ringside Championship Wrestling on the cover of that. Midnight Gold, they were voted Wrestling Riot Tag Team of the Year. You will see them there as the Juice. He's not thinking about reading any kind of book right now. He's thinking about how is he going to get out of this predicament that Jon Michael Worthington is trying to put him in. Of course, as I mentioned, next week, Girl Candy is going to be here. Wait a second, the Juice able to shrug him off and came off the top rope there, but Jon Michael, he was thinking counter and he delivered. Oh, but how about the Juice right there with a super kick? The Juice feeling that victory could be within his grasp, and it could be now or never for him. The Juice trying everything in his repertoire. He is hitting some massive moves. He is on fire. I think the Juice is thinking airborne, and he connects. What is the Juice going to do now? Juice is scaling the top turnbuckle, and he is flying, connected with that missile drop kick. But again, Jon Michael Worthington is not going to go out without a fight at all. There's no doubt there's a reason he's in the finals of the RCW Championship Tournament. The Juice is thinking aerial maneuvers again, and this time the Juice made a mistake. He may pay for it. And the Juice does pay for it. Jon Michael Worthington is going to make the cover. And Jon Michael Worthington is going to be victorious this week on RCW Late Night Wrestling. We're just about out of time. Wrestling fans, thank you for staying up late with us or watching us online. However you watch us, thank you very much. We will see you